guys, now we're going to go right straight through this. This is Autism Talks, by the way. So the reason why I haven't been putting up a lot of videos for you guys to see is because I've been having a bad cold lately. And I'm better now, but you know, I'm still kind of like kind of still getting over it. So if you see me sneezing, coughing, it's because of that. And also this weather doesn't help either. It's pouring buckets down here where we are. It's terrible today outside. It's just really terrible. But yeah, so we're going to get right through this. So this is Autism Talks. So today we're going to talk about holding onto the past. Now, I've known to talk about this before. A while ago, back in my previous videos, of an Autism Talks called Letting Go. And you know, I'm not sure if it's online. I think it is. If it is, go check it out. So just kind of going back a bit. But I really want to talk about this because I think this is really important for me to discuss with you guys. Okay, so let's get started. So sorry, just trying to think. So people go through different experiences, different past lives, you know. It might not be the same, but sometimes it can really hurt. And I know this because I've been through a lot my entire life, ever since I was little. And, you know, a lot's happened. You know, my mom is not partnered anymore. You know, so it's me, her, and PJ. You know, her priority is to us. And you know, this is very hard to say. I'm trying not to say too much here. But yeah, people have different experiences in their past lives, whether it's, you know, breakups with their parents or something goes wrong. You know, there's a lot of different conclusions. And for me, I've been through a lot with school. Even though I'm out of school now, a lot of trouble for me has been personally at school. Like, I've been picked on, bullied by mean girls, you know, rejected by people, you know, for my past life. Like I said, this is a while ago now, so we're going back a bit. So, you know, people didn't, I guess back then people didn't really accept the fact that people are different and have autism or have Asperger's or anything back then. But now it's like they fully accepted it. Like back then, like, you know, we were somewhere else before we were here, and before that country thing, you know, so, like I said, I've been through a lot, and, you know, it's typically with school, because school was bad. I would say bad and troubling for me. You might think school is great for you, good for you, but some people, it depends. Like, some people don't cope with school so well. I never coped with school at all, but I still had to go because it was the law. And when you're like 17, you can actually choose to leave school, and that's why I chose to leave school, because, you know, I was always in mainstream. Like, I didn't want to be in a special needs unit. I didn't want that for myself. But when I was back at that place, I was in a unit with my brother at that time. And, you know, I just didn't want to be the kid who had a label on, themselves, you know, with autism. And, I would say I was the most advanced in that because I am smart. I am clever, intelligent, quirky, fun, humorous. I'm very creative in what I do in this channel as well. So you'll probably see a lot of creative things in that as well. But, you know, saying that, I was more advanced in everything that I did was super easy to me. But when they give you hard work, like when we decided to, you know, pack up, I wanted to be back in mainstream and make normal friends and stuff, and that hasn't really turned out the way I hoped it would be. You know, I tried so hard, but people just, you know, I was always the kid who was alone, a lot in my time, and, it's, I'm trying to think how to say this. It's like, you know, like I've seen other people tell their stories about autism, like, you know, people like this person said to me that, you know, I was bullied at school, and, you know, I didn't really do well at school, so that's why they decided, that's why I chose to leave school. So there are some scenarios to different people in different past tense and different past lives. But for me personally, I really, really, really struggled a lot with school. I was bullied, mean girls, I was picked on a lot, you know, just girls being so so mean to me, and I didn't understand why, you know. I think it had to do with something with looks. I don't know why, but I'm trying not to tear up. But yeah, my past life has been daunting and haunts me. It's haunted me for like forever, because you know, it just looking back, you know, I really had a bad time in my youth when I was a little girl, and from a teenager, from going into high school, I just really had a bad time. But saying that, I did have some good times in there, so I can't forget that. I did have some good times then, but mostly my bad stuff has been happening at school a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Because, you know, like, I didn't understand the work. I didn't understand what I was doing. Like, you know, I used to get, like, no joke, I used to get, like, big crosses in my test of maths, and I would just sit there at home every day crying because I don't understand it. Like, you know, who does Pythagorean theorem? I mean, who does that? I mean, who came up with that? That's like, you know, like when I was probably like in year 9 or year 8, probably younger then. And they would hand sheets out and stuff about Pythagorean theorem. And Mom's like, this is crazy. Like, unbelievable. Like, you know, so that's what I had to go through, you know. And I'm not a math person at all. Like, I don't understand numbers or anything. I don't understand money or coins or whatever. But, you know, and that used to get me really down because, you know, I wanted to kind of not understand, but I wanted to, but my brain was just like, no, like, it didn't kind of understand. And for me, my mum has said this to me, for me, I'm more of a creative person in mind, you know, I'm not really the maths genius or whatever it is, like, you know, I'm not really that person, you know, and just, you know, it just really got me down. But, you know, I'd rather be creative than be a maths genius. Like, you know, I am still smart. I am still clever and smart in different ways. And I'm very, you'll probably see from my autism talks, I'm very honest and truthful about my opinions coming out to you guys as well. So that's something to put in there too. You know, so most of my past has been at school. Now that I'm out of school, I'm feeling more stress-free because when I was at school, I was like, you know, I got really anxious. I didn't want to go to school at all. Like, I just didn't. Like, I hated school. In fact, I'm sorry to say. If you like school, good for you. But for me, I just really hated school. Like, school never agreed with me, you know, at all. We just didn't click. You know how some things don't click? Yeah, we just didn't click at all. And you know, and also too, and that's, I know this is gonna sound a little bit crazy, but I talked about this in my autism talks not a while ago, sort of kind of recently, but a while ago, I told you guys that anxiety and worriness makes you sick, and that's actually true. It's not a lie, it's true. And I used to have days off at school because I would always get so sick. And you know, when I would go back, like no joke, like there'd be assessments due and tests due, and they would just have to pull me aside and say, you got to do this. And I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up with the curriculum. That didn't sound right. You know what I mean, curriculum. I can't say it properly. I'm sorry, I can't say it. Yeah, but that I can't get, because, you know, like, I was always the kid, like, I would always tell people this, and it's actually quite funny. I would always tell people, I'm the first one down to get sick. I'm the first one down to get sick. I'm like a tranquilizer dart going down, you know, like, I would always be the person who gets sick. Like, even there's a cold around or something, I would just immediately get it. And, you know, when I was like, you know, I've been sick in the past, and that's life, you know, you get sick. But for me, it takes time for me. Like, people are usually sick for 1 or 2 weeks. Like, I would be sick like 4 or 3 weeks, you know. I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually true too. But also at the time, I guess, you know, it depends what area you're in. Like, I was in an area that didn't really, what's the word? That didn't really like, that something to do with the air. I don't know, but when we were back in that particular area that I talked about, like, I used to get sick like not like every day, but every week, and it just astounded me. Like, I'd be like in bed stuffing tissues up my nose, coughing a lot, you know, sore throats. Like, that was a really bad time for me back then. But I don't get sick like that anymore. I mean, I do get sick, but not extreme like that. Like, that was just totally extreme. So, yeah. So, you know, so, like I said, I've been through a lot, and I'm sure you guys have been through a lot as well during your past tense lives. But here's one thing I don't want you guys to do like I did. Don't hold on to the past, because the past is already done. You've dealt with it. You might have experienced bad stuff, but it's over. It won't hurt you anymore. You know, like, all the stuff that I've talked to you guys about, that was just a while ago. That was way back when I was younger and stuff. Like, I've grown up so much and learned so much about myself as well. You know, so that was just way back. But don't hold on to the past, because this kind of ties into friends, okay? So I've got some mates of mine, and, you know, like, when it comes to having friends, you kind of got to open your heart a bit. And for me, like, ever since those experiences happened to me, I've always just been closed off. You know, I'm a very, I wouldn't say closed off person, but I would say I'll just be very closed off, and I would always have my walls up. And that's okay to have your walls up, but just don't be too closed off. And I think that's what I've done. Like, you know, all of that, I know it's gone and stuff, but all of that has just tormented me my entire life. And, you know, like, you know, it just really, you know, got to me, and I didn't know what to do. But, you know, at some point you gotta you gotta let your past go. So, you know, like, for me personally with friends, like, I would always get like shut down and rejected and getting hurt. I would always get hurt by friends that I had. And you know, it's hard for me to open up to people, because I don't know if I can, you know, regain trust again. I think like, I trust them. Like, I trust one of my good friends that I know since way back. Like, you know, she's kind of my, you know, bestie of mine. But you know, that's why I've been so closed off, because I'm worried about getting hurt again. And when it comes to, Okay, figure out this way, okay? So every person you meet is going to be a stranger, right? We've talked about this, stranger danger, but we haven't actually talked about, friends becoming actual friends instead of strangers becoming strangers. So, when you're talking to someone, it's a stranger, you're talking to someone that you haven't met before, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a stranger. It's okay to be cautious. It's okay to be a little bit cautious, okay, about that, because if something happens along the line, that's fine, just move on. But it's okay to be wary and cautious. But what I don't want you to do is to be too cautious and too wary. I wouldn't say I'm too cautious or too wary, but I'm very cautious and aware of things very easily. And, it's a bit hard for me to open up because I don't know if I can, trust them. I trust them in different ways, if that makes sense. Like, I trust them in my friendship. I trust them, in everything. But, when it comes to, it's kind of confusing because I'm trying to, tell you guys, but it's at the same time, it's kind of tongue-tied my brain. Like, sometimes you just have to let go of the past to open up to people. And that's what I've been trying to do. But no matter what I think, sometimes you just have to open up to get to know people. And I know that's hard, and believe me, I know. I've been so burnt out so many times. You're figuring, how does she do it? I mean, how does she get back up again and try again? Like, you just got to. I mean, life is rough. Life is hard for every person I've known, every person that you've known. Life is tough for all of us, but you just got to get back up again. And when I did that video on strength, I can't remember what the video was called now, but it's probably online. Go check it out. When I did that video, it was telling you guys to strengthen up, be strong, make your mind strong. You're powerful enough to stand back up there and get strong. And what you've overcome and what I've overcome, that's over. I mean, we've grown since then. We've changed since then. We evolved as human beings since then. Like I said, everybody has different experiences. Everybody has different lives, but still we are human beings. And at the end of the day, we have feelings. And I'm sure when you get hurt by a friend or a person that you love, no matter what, you're always going to get hurt and you're going to cry. But it's what you deal with that pain that makes you stronger. And every experience you go through and everything that has taught you, that will make you more stronger in yourself. And I think that's what it's done to me, But at some point, you just got to let it go because it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to torment you. You might have flashbacks since then. Trust me, I have flashbacks since then. But, you just got to let it go because there's no hope for you and no light in you if you don't let it go. And that's going to consume you for the rest of your lives unless you do something and you get back up there and do it again. And sure, I mean, it hurts, but you just got to do it. You just got to empower yourself to do it. Like, come on, you can do this. Like, stuff like that, So, yeah, hopefully that works, okay? So, like I said, that's all I got time for, you guys. Remember what I said about empowering and holding on to your past. I'm trying to let go of my past now, so I can move on and be happy. And when you hold on to things, it kind of makes you more sad and more emotional than you are. So, just remember that it's gone. You've dealt with it. It makes you stronger, and you kind of got to thank your past a bit because it goes to show you that you've become more human being and more, loving and a caring person and more stronger in yourself than ever. And I think my experience has taught me that be strong, but let people in, So that's all I got time for. Make sure you like and subscribe to see. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.